Good afternoon, everyone. Hope all of you are doing well. We see each other once again. I am Arijit Kanungo once again to you with a new topic today for Subhas Bose Institute of Hotel Management for the Rooms Division. So I'll be today discussing about the chapter called glass. It's all about glass. What is the application and the diversity of glasses in the hotel industry, and as a whole, what is the general idea of the glass? How many types of glasses it's found? How to not? We won't be going much into depth of the manufacturing processes, but then again, we need to actually know what are the uses of these glasses and how they are made, just to know the whereabouts. What's the main factor which is close to the housekeeping department is that how to clean the glass surface. Now glass, as we all know, is a versatile surface or a versatile material which can be has got a many multivarious uses, starting from a drinking glass to a decorative piece in the lobby, in the guest room, in our household, to bottles, to bowls, kitchenware, then glasses what we use in the food and beverage service operations, like in the restaurants or the bar. So it has got a, for our mirrors, so it has got a whole lot of uses over the terms of the service industry or in our household also. So it's basically, it's all about the uses of the glass and about how to maintain these glasses so that they retain their luster or their shape and their cleanliness. It looks nice, the aesthetic appeal which we always harp on, the aesthetic appeal, that it should be nice, it should be giving a luster of its own, it should be looking new, just like as when it was came first into the being. So it should be looking as new as when we got it. So that's how you say. So what is generally glass? Glass is a transparent, lustrous and brittle material. The brittle material means something which can be broken into pieces and made of a mixture of silica and pure sand, soda or potash and other ingredients. Now these ingredients are all mixed together and they are heated above 1300 degrees Celsius, where it forms a molten glass. This mixture of pure sand, fine particles, silica, soda or potash, they are mixed together, and this mixture is heated in a electric furnace, where into the you have got the temperature of over 1300 degrees Celsius, where it forms a molten glass. Then it is shaped, it is cooled and passed over a conveyor belt. This process is called annealing. Annealing. It's called annealing of the glass. Now, and this why it finds a diverse application in the hotels industry. Next, before coming to any other things, we will go into the very common types of glass that we find. First is the lead crystal glass. Now, what is lead crystal glass? It's nothing, it's a mixture of the lead oxide which produces a very luster, it's a very shiny texture of the glass, very soft enough. And just because it is soft from the outside, what happens, it is very easy to give them a shape, and the outer surface could be cut away to give attractive designs. It is expensive. The most expensive kind of glass available is the lead crystal glass. Now we find the application, it's in the bowls, the drinking glasses, the glass vase, flower vases that we get, so on. Next we come to the soda lime glass. It is nothing but it has got the ash of the soda ash, the limestone, and much cheaper to produce than the lead crystal glass. What happens is, over here they are the applicant where for window panes, for the picture frames, for the mirror, okay, for the bottles. So all this is done. Next we come to something called the third category or the third type of glass. It is called the borosilicate glass. Now what is borosilicate glass? This contains borax, okay, this contains borax which enables the glass to withstand a lot of heat. Borax is much more resistant or resilient to heat, so that's why sometimes this borax glass or the borosilicate glass are known as heat proof glass. What is the application? In the kitchenware, the glass that's were used in the kitchens for heating purposes, to cooking hot dishes, really hot dishes under the chefing dish or in a bain marie, you get this kind of a glass. And in other applications, if you say, we have all seen during our school times the test tubes. The test tubes, those are also made out of borosilicate glass. Why? They had to withstand a lot of heat under the burner. So that is why they are also used for the test tubes also, and sometimes they are called the flame proof glass. Next category of the glass that we have, or there's a type of glass, but in common we have the silver glass. What is the silver glass? That for silver glass, when you hear this term silver glass, you can close your eyes and say this glass is used for mirror. For the mirror, we know silvering is done. What is it? A coating, just like a paint, a coating of the silver is done on one side of the glass panel with the silver, followed by a coating of a paint and a layer of enamel. Enamel is nothing but a stoved enamel. It's heated up spirit. So that's called an enamel, which enables the fixing of the silver onto it, the side, and this becomes and makes the totally transparent, and the total reflection happens, and we get to see the mirror of it. Now coming to the section where as per the use, or according to the use, the glass can be further classified. What are the things where we can further classify the glass? So first is the sheet glass. What do you mean by the glass? SHEET. Yes, it looks like a thin sheet of paper, okay, which needs polishing. We have already discussed about annealing, that is the process of the mixture of potash, soda ash and together into the being, that is a fine sand, soda, silica, pure silica and potash or soda, and then it is mixed and given for heating, and then it is cooled as it passes through a conveyor belt. So after annealing, this sheet glass needs polishing. Okay, they are polished and they are flattened. They are flattened to make a thin sheet of glass. They are textures so light that it passes through, but it is not transparent. The light can pass through it, but there is no vision. So that is actually called a translucent in nature. Transparent means you can see whatever the light and both the vision can pass through it. But when it comes to translucent, it only allows light to pass through it, but no vision can pass through it. So this is a kind of a glass, also called as obscured glass also. Next we have got something called a floating glass. This glass type does not require any kind of polishing. Once the annealing is done, it is a better quality and it is a better finish. So you don't need to polish it and you don't need to scrub it down to thin sheets. So these are floating glass. Next we have got the fiber glass. What do you mean by the fiber? They are manufactured in the shape of thin textiles sheet. Yes, you can bend them, it can be wrapped in. So these are called the plastic sheets of plastic. Okay, sheets of plastic. These can also be moduled. Okay, this can all be moduled and used as sanitary ware, maybe sometimes in the furniture, maybe sometimes in the wall paintings, the panels. You find various types of M7. It is also fireproof and it is impermeable to water. What do you mean by the term impermeable? That if any liquid falls on it, it doesn't allow to pass through. Sometimes this fiberglass coating is given on surfaces of plastic, so that the plastic becomes much more durable to water and stand water stubborn, and it can be damage resistant to damage by pests, sunlight and air. So it is really resilient. Then you have got the hollow glassware. Hollow glassware is nothing. Once the annealing is done, they are molded into different shapes by blowing in hot air into the glass. Into the hot glass, you blow with the help of a pipe with a blower. Air is passed through the hot molten glass and it takes into different shapes, and they are used into a iron or wood casts for this molding. So these casts are called the molds, and they give a lot of patterns also. Then you have got the safety glass. What is a safety glass? When we say a safety glass, this is nothing but this glass is used for the places that require good safety, okay, and protection from the easy and the frequent damage. What happens is that there is a wire meshing or a thin sheet of meshing between two sheets of the glass. What happens if a stone hits the glass, or it comes to any accident, the glass will not fall off and break away into pieces, but it will fall off. It doesn't fall off into the hands of a person sitting right next to the glass. So that is much more safety. So it can smash, but it will not spread into small splinters. So these are called safety glasses. Also there is something called the safety glass or the obscured glass, which is the translucent one where only the light passes through with wire. So obscured glass with wire. So I mean like thin wires are rolled into the two sheets of the layer, as if I said that if any stone hits from outside the glass, that will not spread into splinters into the inner. Because of that wire mesh, the particles of the glass will be caught under the wire mesh. So that is one. Then you have got the toughened glass. It is by heating the glass. Toughened glass means heating the glass at high temperature and cooling it rapidly down. What happens for this process? As a result, what happens? There is an outer skin, very tough skin forms on the outer layer of the glass. and it doesn't break quickly, and it doesn't break into thin and very little tiny shapes. So that is why it is toughened glass. Then you have got laminated glass. It is nothing but the thin sheets of plastics are sandwiched between two sheets of glass. So these are the laminated glass. What are the uses? You might use them for making soundproof window panes, the soundproof panels. They can also be used for sunshades on the roof, on the rooftop, or maybe the shades for the AC panels on the AC vents also. They can be used. So these are the things. Now there are certain things called the cut glass, which is the last one category. Which is now this is made by cutting glass articles by abrasive copper. Okay, why abrasive copper wheels that rotate at high speed? This is cut. Okay, fine cutting is done because it's an abrasive copper wheel, which is a rough surface of the copper wheel, which is rotated at high speed, and the glass after annealing is just brought into the contact of that wheel, and the wheel rotates and cuts through, and this is treating by the glass with acid. This makes a lot of grooves and created the emit rainbow. Just because the grooves are created inside this cutting, and just by the treatment of acid, what happens, they once placed under the light, this gives you an effect of a rainbow. These are used for decanters, for the whiskey decanters, for the red wine service, for the vases. At times there are enamel bowls also you find in the front desk or in the rooms also. So it's a very good piece. It's a kind of a show piece that we instrument. Now we come to the last and the most important part of housekeeping is the cleaning. So the first and the foremost for cleaning any object or any surface is what? The dusting. Dusting should be so done for the glass. It should be a smooth with a glass cloth, which should be lint free. What do you mean by the lint? That it doesn't give, the cloth piece doesn't give up any kind of like skins out. What happens after that? If there are lints given out like silken materials, once you wipe the glass, those lints will stick to the glass and it looks really dirty. So the lint free cloth. The very basic way of cleaning a glass is taking water and vinegar in a 1:1 ratio and then wiping out, mixing it, applying it on the glass, then wiping out slowly with a lint free glass cloth. Next, the hollow glassware. Hollow glasswares like the red wine glass, the white wine glasses, okay, the vases. How to clean them? You make with a nylon brush. We make with a nylon brush, okay. Stained vases can be cleaned with a mixture of crushed shells. The she shells that we get, they can be crushed shells, okay, as a abrasive texture mixed with the synthetic detergent, some amount of vinegar, and then slowly they can be wiped out from the inside so that this crushed shells acts as an abrasive and they can take out the stains. Now care should be taken that the crushed shells should be really crushed, not that fine but not should be grainy, or else it will leave scratches on the glass. So that is why care should be taken onto that. So these abrasives are taken in a decanter, synthetic detergent and warm water for the jars and the bottles of the mixture, and that can be done. Then you have got the chandeliers, the piece by piece that should be taken out, okay, given into the warm water with the 2.5 liters of water. Second rinsing, first rinsing is done in the warm water piece by piece for the chandeliers, for the light fixtures. Take it out one by one in the warm water, then with synthetic detergent, and then polish it with a glass cloth along with a methylated spirit. Now there are two things that we should know, that it is a very basic thing of glass cleaning, that is you can use the shampooing machine also. What is a shampooing machine? Basically you give the shampoo, there is a rotator and it rotates and the glass hits, the shampoo water hits the glass and makes it clean. Now as I was speaking about the very basic things, one of the most two basic things that can be used is the newspaper. Taking some water and sticking the newspaper into the glass and then wiping it off with a glass cloth, and before that just rubbing the newspaper thoroughly over on top of the glass surface. What happens is that the print, the ink of the newspaper print actually gives it's a very good chemical for removing stains on top of the glass surfaces. So that is a very good usage. In the hotel industry also we have a varied usage of this one. Next, with the help of a alcohol based, just like we get Collins alcohol based chemical liquid cleaners, the R3 glass cleansers are nothing but they have got the based out of alcohol. Alcohol is a very good stain removal for the glass. That doesn't allow, it evaporates with the stains. So that is one of the very important thing that is easily available. The glass surface maintenance, I will just read through for you. Like glass surface one by one are easily marked. Okay, there can be smudges, there can be fingerprints on the glass. So slow rubbing, okay, scrubbing, not a scrubbing but the slow rubbing with a glass lint free cloth, okay, glass cloth what we say. Next, you can use detergent solution also with vinegar and water 1:1 ratio, and that once the detergent solution is spread over the glass surface, it should be wiped out with a squeegee, SQEEGEE. It's a squeegee. What is a squeegee? It is just same as the wiper, the automatic wiper that we get on the car. The windscreen of the glass is cleaned when it is raining by the wiper. The same mechanism, it's a handheld one. With a squeegee, you just pull across the detergent water and the water chemical substances, the liquid substance, you just wipe it out of the glass and then you wipe off with your glass cloth. So these are the most stubborn marks can be also be treated with alcoholic based spirit. So all these are the things that can be used. Sometimes the water and potato pieces, the enzyme into the potato also helps in the cleansing the glass. So sometimes the stained decanters, okay, vases, that can be dipped into a solution with a potato and warm water. You just dip into that solution and the glass gets cleansed off while you wipe it off. So this is all about the glass. One thing should be used, shellac or the crushed shells is the only abrasive, fine ones. Abrasive is not recommended for glass cleaning because it is brittle in nature and there can be scratches which can permanently damage the surface of the glass. So that is why abrasives are discouraged for glass cleaning. So that is it all about the glass. Next day we will discuss of some other topic. Have a nice day and stay safe all of you. Goodbye.